Part 70. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Chiang Xiao. Chapter 718. This mountain. Come to life. Perhaps the Tutai turtle took into account the elves living on its back. This time the Tutai turtle just raised its head. Even so, the Tutai turtle's every move still made this area. The earth shook. Those eyes, which had been carved by countless years like lumps of rock, and the cracked eyelids seemed to have been engraved on them for thousands of years, and every deep trace was left in history. Wu Yuqian couldn't help but take a few steps back on Bai Diao's back. When Tu Taigi raised his head, he even thought that there was some terrible rock-type move thrown in his direction, even, comparable to the top of Mount Tai. The feeling of dry mouth and tongue made Wu Yuqian feel palpitations. Why, there is such a big turtle. Meng, junior brother Meng, don't you think this whole green mountain is all covered with turtles? Wu Yuqian felt like his eyes were dazzled by how big and high this mountain must be. Is this horse an elf? This horse riding, is it a turtle? How can this be? At this moment, Wu Yuqian finally understood the meaning of the backer of the backer sect. The giant earth turtle in front of us, which is as huge as a mountain, is really, its backing. Really a supporter. Yang Yu nodded slightly and responded to senior brother Qian's question. Seeing Yang Yu's affirmation, Wu Yuqian shook his head. No, Wu Yuqian couldn't stand the scene anymore and almost fainted. When he saw the rock god pillar Regirock, Wu Yuqian probably didn't feel much at that time. This time when he saw the lightning bird, one of the three holy birds, he didn't have a particularly big feeling because it was too far away and too ethereal. But now, right before your eyes, it's right in front of you. A mountain comes to life. How big is a turtle? Wu Yuqian didn't know how big it was specifically, but at a glance, he could see that it was surrounded by mountains, and even the highest peak was at least 1,000 meters high, right? Coupled with these winding mountains. I'm a turtle. This is no longer as simple as just one elf. It's an ecosystem. Wu Yuqian is not a fool. Just now Tutegui raised his head. How many flying elves took off from the mountain, and how many elves were galloping on the mountain? It's not just a matter of one or two groups. There are even groups of gophers in the soil of this entire mountain, and there may even be large rock snakes, and countless small fist stones, rumble stones, and rumble rocks. If you compare the big steel snake that digs the hole for the Lake of Mirrors to the earth turtle in front of you, it is like a small earthworm in the soil. It is such an exaggeration. Hoo-ho! The ancient voice resounded through the sky again in this area, and even caused the entire ground to shake. This is the turtle, a supergiant turtle with its own ecosystem? Yeah. The expression on Dudu's face was deeply inspired. This turtle, which had lived in the Sky City for thousands of years, had just recognized what Yang Yu and Wu Yuqian had done in the Mirror Lake area. On Wu Yuqian's back, Xiao Xian's eyes even blurred with excitement. What Tu Taigi said just now. The notoriety that Xiao Xiaoni has been carrying for more than 20 years has finally been brought to justice. Stinky Mud and Stinky Mud are not destroyers of the Lake of Mirrors, on the contrary, they are guardians. Just because they come from ruins, can't classify them as objects in the ruins that must be excluded. The turtle just said that he is very grateful to the two human trainers for everything they have done for the Lake of Mirrors. The lightning bird has used the loudest voice in this world to rectify the names of Stinky Mud and Stinky Mud. Reggie Locke the translator said, "This news is really, really good." Regirock himself is also the patron saint of the elven world. He naturally sympathizes with the sufferings of Stinky Mud and Stinky Mud. Now, in the secret realm of Sky City, there is Lightning Bird personally rectifying their names, and everything is moving in a good direction. Go ahead. OMG. What kind of feeling is this? In front of Tu Taigi, Wu Yuqian felt like a child who had just done a small good deed and was praised by the old man. I feel really happy. It's really great. Yang Yu also breathed a sigh of relief in his heart. Being able to get the approval of Senior Tutegui means that at least he has a bridge to communicate, and at least he won't be bored. This step can be regarded as laying a good foundation. At this time, Tutegui's eyes were mainly focused on Regilok. When he first saw Yang Yu and Regilok, Tutegui doubted whether what he saw was the rock god pillar Regilok. After all, as early as thousands of years ago, the rock god pillar Regirok, the steel god pillar Regis Chiru, and the ice god pillar Regis came to the city in the sky. At that time, the Tutai turtle was just a very small and inconspicuous grass turtle. The legends of the three holy birds, the three holy pillars, and the three holy beasts have always been circulated in the city in the sky. However, the city in the sky is the world where the three holy birds reside. What is more popular is the story of the three holy birds, because in the sky in the secret realm of the city, you can sometimes hear the sound that echoes throughout the secret realm. The rock god pillar Regirok shouldn't be this small. He's almost as tall as a turtle, not to mention his strength. Thousands of years ago, he was stronger than he is now, right? Haha. After confirming the friendly relationship, Tutegui asked out his doubts about the rock god pillar Regirok. Regilok. It hurts my heart, old man. Regirok, please translate quickly. What did Senior Tutegui say? Yang Yu couldn't help but urge. Alu. Poppy. Not to mention Dudu, even Little Dream Demon and Tajapai felt that if they spoke out, it would be unfriendly to the core of Regilok's wisdom. Heartbreaking again. Tutegui asked me why I am so small, how little strength is left, and why I feel so incomplete. Regilok was also helpless. What can it do? It is also desperate. If the elven world outside could be as stable and harmonious as it is in the secret realm of the Sky City, and as stable and harmonious as the primitive zone in the Mirror Gate, Regilok would not be like this. I will try my best to help you find the core of power. By then, your strength will be restored to the true strength of the original guardian god. Yang Yu was a little embarrassed. No wonder Tutegui had just spoken for so long and Regirok hadn't translated yet. Guilty sin. However, this is also the real power of this turtle. From a small grass tortoise, it has evolved and grown to this point, becoming a primitive mountain and forest world on its own. This is not something ordinary elves can do. In terms of lifespan alone, it has surpassed most elves. What's more important is that, having grown to this terrifying size of a world of its own, the turtle itself is already invincible. If it were to follow the settings of the blood bar in the game, it would probably have hundreds of thousands of blood, plus the turtle itself is not weak in physical defense and special defense. Even if the salted fish king comes and fights for a long time, he may be exhausted, but this turtle can still be like an old monk in meditation, as stable as a mountain, without any panic, and his backhand is a photosynthesis. Okay, let's beat the chicken feathers, Ganlin Niang. A turtle of this size would probably not be able to fit in with the current pokeball technology, let alone the numerous flying, grass, ground, rock, etc. elves on the turtle's back. How is it possible to fit this in? If a turtle of this size were summoned on the elf battleground. Okay, don't look at it. The elf battle arena has been overflowing, the stands are gone, and even hundreds of miles around the elf battle arena are buried under the Tutegui mountain. Regirok's wisdom core is not in a hurry to find the power core, and even hopes that it is best not to find the power core. Once he is ready to look for it, the elf world will be in chaos again at that time. However, Regilok did not object to Yang Yu's words, and was still very grateful in his heart. Now, in the secret realm of the Sky City, whether it is the lightning bird, one of the three holy birds, or this supergiant earth turtle, they both have a good impression on Yang Yu and Wu Yuqian. After all, they are completely different from other trainers who try to destroy the Lake of Mirrors to find the Door of Life. Not to mention, Yang Yu among them is also followed by the rock god pillar Reggie Locke. Although his strength is not as good as before, as a patron saint, he will not let himself follow a trainer casually. At least this trainer has a friendly heart towards the elf world. Who dash. The superpower power of Tutai Turtle surges. For a Tutai turtle that is thousands of years old, its attainment of superpowers is not too scary, especially since the Tutai turtle is not only the king of heaven, but can even surpass the king of heaven due to its size. Then, a beam of sunlight gathered from the sky. This is the power of nature. The Tutai turtle that has mastered the power of nature can easily communicate its own power with nature. Whether it is a sunny day or even asking for rain, this Tutai turtle has it at his fingertips. Yang Yu and Wu Yuqian both stepped aside. At the same time, Yang Yu also summoned all his elves. What was rare was that even the salted fish king, who always roared when he appeared, did not make a sound. Wu Yuqian seemed to thinking of something, he did the same thing, and even woke up his snoozing pot. Each one of Wu Yuqian's elves acted as if they had never seen the world before. They were all stunned when they looked at the mountain-like turtles. In fact, Yang Yu's is similar, but he has seen it once before, so he behaves better than Wu Yuqian. Seeing Senior Tutegui's action, no matter how you say it, it is a great blessing for these elves. If you can learn something from it. Yeah. His eyes suddenly brightened. Whether it is superpowers or the sunlight mixed with the bright sunshine, they all contain Tutaigi's understanding of the power of nature. For thousands of years, these moves, every gesture, and even the look in Turtle's eyes have had incredible mysterious effects. Dada began to sit and meditate. Seeing the dumb reaction, the dream-inducing taper man also understood. This is a small stove unique to superpowered elves? Only. Choo choo choo. The natural bird Jujujuju, who is also a super elf, seemed confused. It seemed that the superpower was only limited to the direction of finding a future spouse and had not thought about anything else at all. More importantly, Juju is an angry bird with a tough head. Superpower? What is that? Just hit the rocket headbutt and that's it? With the strength of Duday and dream-inducing taper, if you want to take a step further in superpowers, you have to understand the power of nature. There is no doubt that in this aspect, Dudu is at the forefront than the dream-inducing taper. Tutaigi looked at him in surprise. This is a slow king who is extremely talented in learning, especially in terms of communication between superpowers and the power of nature. In this case, the Tutai turtle is not stingy either, increasing the strength of the superpower system. This is nothing to a huge Tutai turtle, but for the gym-level dude and dream-inducing taper, it is incomparable. Treasure of experience. This is the only way for superpowered elves to move from gym level to king level strength. Yang Yu and Wu Yuqian were naturally extremely happy. This was a huge opportunity for Dede and Meng Meng in the secret realm of the Sky City. At this moment, a huge wall of light appeared in front of Yang Yu and Wu Yuqian. More importantly, under the sunlight gathered by the sun in the sky, wisps of green seemed to appear behind the wall of light. Grass power. Gradually, this wall of light began to evolve and evolve. As the turtle once again exerted a majestic superpower, a scene like a forest instantly appeared in the wall of light. What is this place? Yang Yu was stunned for a moment. In the entire secret realm of the Sky City, at least Yang Yu had never seen such a forest all the way down. Brother Qian, you go from the entrance of the secret realm to the Mirror Lake, have you ever seen such a forest? No, I haven't seen it before. Not long after I came out of the secret maze, I ran into Xiao Ni, right next to the reconstructed Lake of Mirrors. Wu Yuqian shook his head, but suddenly the picture changed. Turning around and entering the forest, Wu Yuqian could see many trainers among them, and even, there was a familiar person. This is... Yang Yu's eyes widened. Wang Kai's who, Wu Yuqian and Yang Yu said in unison, and they both saw each other's surprise. It's just that the current situation doesn't look easy for Wan Kaizu. In the jungle, he is being chased by a group of trainer elves. Could it be another space after others walked out of the secret realm? Yang Yu couldn't help but exclaimed. What do you mean? Wu Yuqian was stunned. In the Lake of Mirrors area, only senior brother Qian, you, me, and that one trainer, 3 people, the 3 trainers who can clear the secret maze the fastest can reach the Lake of Mirrors area, Yang Yu explained quickly. The rest are the trainers, that is, the trainers in the picture in front of me, including Wan Kaizu, are equivalent to gathering in another space. Huh. Tutegui nodded in agreement, and at the same time motioned to the person who was running away in front. Tu Taigi said that it is the controller of this giant forest. This forest is the secret forest world he created. If there is any need for help, he can, here, use the roots he has planted to remotely control the forest. Everything in the environment. Reggie Locke translated, and then couldn't help but complain, isn't this just watching a team match from God's perspective? He can even be the mastermind behind the scenes and control the progress of the match. Yang Yu. Wu Yuqian. It makes so much sense, I'm speechless. Wait, what did you say? Manipulate the scene in front of you. Yang Yu and Wu Yuqian glanced at each other, and they saw the huge surprise and disbelief in each other's eyes at the same time. What the hell? Isn't this just cheating? And it's the kind of cheating that's ordered. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! The situation of Wan Kaizu seems to be very bad now. In the secret realm of Sky City, if a person wants to obtain the resources in the secret realm alone, he is likely to be targeted by trainers from other countries and regions. Wan Kaizu is now weak and weak. If not bully him, who will he bully? More importantly, Wan Kaizu does not have the strength of Yang Yu. Facing the siege of a group of people. What elf resources did he obtain in this forest, and why was he being chased by so many people? Maybe Tu Taigi remembered something. After all, he is old and has bad memory. This time he added another superpower. Baidio, hurry up, Gardvoir, teleport. Extremely anxious voices appeared in the ears of Yang Yu and Wu Yuqian. Wan Kaizu's urgent voice made Yang Yu and Wu Yuqian start to worry. In the wall of light, Wan Kaizu's figure can still be captured. At the same time, several trainers with super elves also appeared behind Wan Kaizu's pursuers. No, do we really have to hand over the ice Vulpix? I was targeted before I even stepped into the forest at the entrance of the maze, damn it. Ice Vulpix, what kind of elf is that? When did Vulpix have ice elements? Wu Yuqian felt like he had asked a stupid question. By the way, this is the city in the sky, it's not surprising that any elf appears. Wan Kaizu is like this, so he really needs help. There are too many people chasing him, and there are many superpowers. These who did, and a gem starfish, with the ability to teleport, Wan Kaizu can't get rid of it at all. Indeed, if we help Wan Kaizu in this situation, will we be considered the manipulators behind the scenes? No one will even know that we did it. Wu Yuqian finally found the correct way to open the plug-in. Mud, this kind of operation. Awesome. It feels as if the world of the forest is used as a chessboard, and the trainer who enters the forest is used as the flag. Hiss. How can the word Huang be so good? However, when a smile appeared on Yang Yu's face, the corners of his mouth had not yet curled up, and his face froze in the next second. Ah! Yang Yu. Come and help me defeat all the chasing elves behind me. I will go back to recharge you with coins and give you a super membership. Please. Yang Yu. Damn it, Wan Kaizu can actually see me? When the little dream demon heard the words recharge and deduct coins, an excited smile appeared on his face. What's going on? Lao Wan can actually see you, Wu Yuqian was also confused. Not to mention that Wu was rich, Yang Yu was even more confused. To be fair, we had already agreed to be the mastermind behind the scenes, but the guy was exposed before he even pretended to be? Damn it! This Wan Kai's who, doesn't he still have a clairvoyant eye? Is he the real chosen one? How did Yang Yu know that the thunder he had let the salted fish king try to chop down at the Lake of Mirrors would be incredibly lucky to be seen by Wan Kai's who? Yang Yu didn't even know that Wan Kai's who had been thundered and warned several times because of the cursed mouth, and he almost regarded Yang Yu as the god in the secret realm. At this time, it's just what Wan Kai's who could say. Lao Wan, can you hear me? I am Wu Yuqian. Wu Yuqian waved his hand in front of Wan Kai's who on the screen. However, Wan Kai's who did not hear what Wu Yuqian said, nor could he see Wu Yuqian's actions. This is definitely not possible. If Wan Kai's who can see here, then why do you only call your name but not mine? Wu Yuqian felt that this matter was weird. I'll give it a try. Yang Yu didn't believe it. He was already so hidden. He was already behind the scenes. How could he still be discovered? You must know that the world where Wan Kai's who is located is the secret world of the forest created by Tutegui, and the world where Yang Yu is located is the secret world within the Mirror Gate. Logically speaking, the secret world where Yang Yu is located is larger than Wan Kai. After all, Zhou's side is more than one level higher. This was clearly a matter of two different spaces. How did Wan Kai's who know that Yang Yu could hear him? How could Wan Kai's who be so sure that the person who could hear him was Yang Yu? Wan Kai's who, can you hear me? If you can, just say something, Yang Yu began to ask. However, what Yang Yu and Wu Yuqian didn't expect was that Wan Kai's who said in an extremely coincidental way at this time, Yang Yu, I know you can hear me, come and save me. I can't hold it anymore. Use thunder, use the thunder you asked Salted Fish King to hit me with before. Hit me quickly. Please hit me quickly. Go back and recharge coins, super double. Yang Yu. Wu Yuqian. Damn it, this Wan Kai's who is poisonous. Yang Yu has never seen anyone with such terrible needs. Wan Kai's who, did he create his own immortal golden body? What's going on with Wan Kai's who? I don't know, when did I ever hit? Yang Yu's voice stopped suddenly. Wait. Speaking of thunder. Yang Yu actually did it once. But that time, the Salted Fish King tried to chop it into the Lake of Mirrors. Could it be? The Lake of Mirrors is also connected to some secret mazes. At this time, Wan Kai's who on the screen is about to be caught up. Oh my god, Dad, help me. Help, Yang Yu ordered. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, AI Ren Huo Xiangxiao. Chapter 719. Ice Vulpix. This is a new type of elf that is very similar to Vulpix, but its ice-like light blue-white fur is destined to be an extremely luxurious elf. Any elf resources obtained in the secret realm of Sky City can be sold to the outside world at a very high price, especially unusual elves such as Ice Vulpix. Regardless of their current rarity or their appearance, this is some reasons that trainers must fight for. Those who entered the forest first were paying attention to the trainers emerging from the secret labyrinth around them. Sit back and wait. Wan Kai's who seemed to be very lucky, and he was accidentally targeted by a group of people. He didn't meet any other trainers from China along the way, which made Wan Kai's who face a group of elite trainers behind him. He had no choice but to sneak away first out of respect. Wan Kai's who didn't answer his calls every day, and the earth didn't work. In such a situation of being surrounded, who can help him? Thinking of what he had encountered in the secret maze along the way, Wan Kai's who was determined. Wasn't it because he was warned by thunder? Come on, if God loves me again, I will not hesitate to be struck by lightning. Oh my God, Dad, please help me. Wan Kai's whose voice was so miserable. The trainers who were chasing Wan Kai's who behind looked a little weird, and even laughed. Although the Chinese language is difficult to express, the words God Dad can still be understood, especially Dad. Is this Chinese trainer probably out of his mind? In this situation of being surrounded by 7 or 8 people, he couldn't even escape, so he quickly sent the ice Vulpix out. This ice Vulpix will definitely sell for a very good price, and it will definitely be liked by wealthy people in any country or region. Are you calling me daddy here? Why don't we call us dad? Then we'll see if I can give you a pokeball as compensation. In the secret realm of Sky City, if God can help you, we will eat all the trees in this forest. Hurry and hand over the ice Vulpix. Just at the distance between them, they were able to accurately lock onto the Chinese trainer in front of them. Whether it was a super type move or a grass type vine whip binding, they could control him. Who did use telekinesis? Go ahead, Doli Mushroom, use the vine whip to tie up that Chinese trainer. Wan Kai's who has even closed his eyes. In the process of escaping, Gardwar has used teleportation too many times, but he still cannot escape the pursuit. Is it necessary to hand over the ice Vulpix? Wan Kai's who is unwilling to give in. God Daddy, love me again. Ah! Wan Kai's who was already ready to scream, but suddenly there was a collective scream like a group of pigs being killed, which scared Wan Kai's who and forced him to hold back his scream. I didn't even start screaming, and you guys started screaming? I, Wan Kai's who, am the victim, okay. When Wan Kai's who turned around, he only saw a grass net coming out of nowhere. As if it had touched some mechanism, it rose up from the ground almost instantly, catching all the pursuers in one fell swoop. Being caught instantly in this high-speed pursuit, one can imagine the force he suffered. In an instant, people were stunned, and even the superpower who was about to intercept Wan Kai's who, could not avoid this sudden change. Why, who is so wicked and has set up so many straw net traps here? Just one step away from catching this Chinese trainer who possesses the ice Vulpix. Damn it! What's more important is that the grass net actually has the effect of paralyzing powder. Now, even if the trainer wants to use his own elf ball to cut the grass net, there is no way. Grass, a plant. Why didn't these grass nets catch the Chinese trainer in front, but they caught them? It was clear that the Chinese trainer also ran over these grass net traps. Could it be? Everyone's expression suddenly changed. Fallen into a trap. This Chinese trainer used the ice Vulpix and his own body as bait to attract these trainers who tried to snatch the ice Vulpix, attracting them to chase along the way, and then came to this trap that was arranged in advance. Pretending to be weak and being caught by them, at this most critical moment, the trap is triggered. What an insidious trainer! What a vicious trainer! What a disgusting trainer! Grasses, countless species of plants. Wan Kai's who heard the angry and yelling voices behind him. Although some of the language sounded vague, Wan Kai's who could still hear the modal particles commonly used for the letter F. Damn it, my God, my father has appeared? Not to mention Wan Kai's who, Gardwar, and the cursed doll next to Wan Kai's who looked at the group of people in front of them who were directly connected by grass nets with great disbelief. Gee! The cursed doll felt that his body was shaking all the time, and even wanted to kneel down in front of Wan Kai's who in excitement. Coach, I want to learn curses. With such a terrifying ability, grass nets will appear directly at your word, making the pursuing enemy fall into a trap instantly, and lose the ability to resist in a short time. Wan Kai's who felt like he was about to burst into tears. For the sake of calling him daddy, finally, God's father finally showed up. I was so touched. Wan Kai's who felt that he was awesome now. Not to mention his domineering side, with the protection of Father God, Wan Kai's who is Father God's favorite cub. Damn it, the Chinese trainer, Xia, actually set a trap, but it's despicable. Among these people, a trainer who was out of breath from being tortured by the grass net and the paralyzed fans on the grass net, said the sentence with difficulty through gritted teeth. I told you to stop chasing me, and none of them listened. Your grandfather is chasing me with more and more energy, isn't he? Wan Kaizu deliberately stood at a safe distance and looked at this group of trainers who were all caught in one shot, felt so happy. Wan Kaizu finally turned over and became the master. Wow, oh my god, Dad is so good to Zizé. In front of these people, Wan Kaizu took out a piece of peach wood that was scorched by lightning from his pocket, and respectfully bowed to God. Oh my god, Dad, when you get back, I will give you a lot of deduction coins and a lot of memberships. Oh no, super members, no, big VIP. Now, hand over what you have in your backpack. I, Wan Kaizu, will rob you. Give God the money and deduct it. The little dream demon looked at the large three-dimensional 3D surround screen in front of him. It was an immersive gaming experience. Even the game characters could help recharge coins and increase membership. The little dream monster wants to play too. Poppy. The scene in front of them made Yang Yu and Wu Yuqin feel like playing online games. They created a game character named Wan Kaizu. At the same time, this game character was also equipped with many elves. By operating Wan Kaizu, you can use various moves to defeat monsters in the forest, explode gold coins, explode equipment, and a series of other operations. This is definitely a new version of the ship that you have never played before. Lao Wan is really doing it, ha ha ha, how does he know that you are controlling everything behind the scenes? This is too mysterious. I was clearly the one who controlled the wave just now. Wu Yuqin held 4 vine whips in his hand, which respectively represent the 4 moves of vine whip, flying leaf knife, grass knot and falling flowers. Yang Yu's 4 moves here are paralysis powder, crazy plant, energy ball and flying leaf storm. It's like playing an arcade game in front of a giant screen. The moves can only hinder the opponent. As long as someone doesn't commit suicide in the forest and use moves like purgatory in an attempt to burn the entire forest to the ground, Tutegui will not care about this forest. It's not unacceptable to be lively sometimes and break some ground in the forest. Even so, Yang Yu and Wu Yuqin feel that these moves in their hands are indeed a bit invincible. This is so fun. Although Tutegui didn't know why the 2 human trainers set it up like this, it didn't matter. It seemed interesting to see it this way. For thousands of years, it has been about sleeping, 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 occasionally waking up to change positions, and then continuing to sleep. The turtle has no way of entertainment. The most important thing is the forest world it created. Humans are indeed very smart primates. Tutai turtle does not object to this, but it would be nice if it could make the world of elves a little better. For thousands of years, Tutegui has seen many major events. Now in the Sky City, of the 3 holy birds, only the lightning bird is left here. The flame bird and the frozen bird both fell asleep in the outside elven world. After all, some people coveted the power of the 3 holy birds and tried to capture them by force. In the end, the flame bird and the frozen bird had to choose a secret place to start sleeping. I hope that this time the Sky City appears, it can safely bring back the sleeping flame bird in Mount Fuji. Perhaps. Maybe when the time comes, we will also need to rely on the power of the 2 trainers in front of us. The power of the lightning bird is too single and is easily targeted. If it is the main battlefield in the secret realm of Sky City, and there is a Tutai turtle here, it will not be afraid of any opponent. However, because the Tutai turtle is too big to move flexibly, it is difficult to move flexibly. There are countless creatures on the upper back. Tutegui is worried about the moment the flame bird wakes up. It's just that what's supposed to come will always come, and there's nothing you can do if you worry about it now. The time for the flame bird to wake up is not far away. This secret, Tutegui is going to tell the 2 young human trainers in front of him, can rebuild the Lake of Mirrors, with the rock god pillar Rejarok. Tutegui, you can choose to trust them. Tutegui once again displayed a natural superpower. This, just think of it as a gift of superpower awareness. Yeah. Sully. The dull and dream-inducing tapers who were meditating felt that their spiritual power entered a mysterious super space world. Please vote. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Xiangxiao. Chapter 720. It's really unimaginable that with superpowers and rooted perception, you can create and control a forest world. Such an ability is enough to be called a godlike ability, right? Yang Yu's understanding of the elf world cannot be overstated. One layer at a time. No wonder, you call Yang Yu your backer. As expected of you, Wu Yuqian put down the move vine whip in his hand. Such an operation was unheard of. Wu Yuqian's worldview was refreshed again. I originally thought that obtaining the Mega Stone and Keystone, and seeing the true appearance of the lightning bird with my own eyes would be the biggest gain in the secret realm of Sky City, but I never expected. Shocked, it's not over yet. This mountain-like gigantic earth turtle possesses incredible power, creates a world, and completely controls it. What kind of miracle is this? Suddenly, the carved megastone seemed a bit unappealing. The fragrance is still very fragrant, but there is something even more fragrant. With the guidance of Senior Tutegui, I hope, Day and dream-inducing taper can both gain something. Yang Yu was looking forward to it in his heart. Day will never let you down. Speaking of super elves, Wu Yuqian raised his head and looked at the looming Baidiao, shuttled through the Tutai Turtle Mountain forest in the sky. What's more important is the natural bird, Little Juju. I suspect that Little Juju have you forgotten all your superpowers. Ha ha ha, it's possible, Yang Yu smiled. At this time, in this super light wall, Wan Kai's whose image was no longer there. God, Dad just abandoned him. After all, a father's love must be soaked in both rain and dew. Yang Yu wanted to know the whereabouts of another trainer, Tetsuya Koike, a gym-level trainer from Sakura country. In this forest, most of the trainers are at the elite level. Of course, there are also some high-level trainers who want to get rich and rich at risk. However, in this forest, elite-level strength is definitely not enough. Maybe only gym-level trainers can be invincible. Weaker gym-level trainers, such as only 1 or 2 gym-level elves, have no absolute advantage here. After all, there will be more and more people here. Koga Ninja. While searching for sight in the forest, Yang Yu saw an interesting elf, the Koga Ninja frog. Yang Yu has already obtained a croaking frog here. Let's see how other people's Koga Ninja frogs are trained, so that they can make comparisons. In the light wall screen, this Koga Ninja frog can easily fight off a dozen or so elite-level elves. The flying water shuriken in his hand is indeed very cool. This should be regarded as the most representative move of Koga Ninja. Each flying water shuriken is fired instantly, 5 flying water shurikens at a time. It is very powerful and has the demeanor of a ninja master. This scene makes Yang Yu admired the croaking frog that he captured recently. There's something special about this Koga Ninja. Whose elf is it? Wu Yuqian asked casually, and Yang Yu let his full view focus on Koga Ninja's flying water shuriken, without even seeing the shadow of the trainer. Arrive, this made Wu Yuqian naturally curious. Come, let's watch together. Wu Yuqian has not forgotten his croaking frog. It just so happens that together with Yang Yu's croaking frog, it is very meaningful to watch the battle between the Koga Ninja frogs. This person is. Yang Yu saw a female trainer who was a little familiar but also a little strange. Well, have you seen this person somewhere? Lily Ying, wasn't your Nozawa boy sent by her? You won't forget her, right? Wu Yuqian looked at Yang Yu with a strange look. What you said before, the money to stay in the hotel, Isn't it Lily Ying who paid for it? Did Yang Yu really forget about her? Cough cough cough, of course I knew she was Lily Sakura. I just didn't expect that for such a young trainer like her, the strength of this Koga ninja, has reached the gym level. Yang Yu coughed quickly. Looks extremely calm on the surface, is he that kind of ruthless person? This is a long-term meal ticket. But in fact, Yang Yuxin was stunned. It turns out that she is Lily Ying. Listening to Yang Yu's words, Wu Yuqin felt that his mind was full of question marks again. Listen quickly, is this Yang Yu speaking human language? Why the hell is a 20-year-old trainer who already possesses the king-level combat power elf Salty Fish King actually calling a gym-level trainer around 25 years old young? What's more important is that he said this in front of Wu Yuqin. Have you ever considered how Brother Qian feels? Senior Brother Qian suffered a critical attack from his fellow sect Junior Brother Han and his fellow sect Master Meng. Am I wrong? She is indeed very young, Yang Yu said without changing his expression. Who said at that time, no matter how awesome I am without you, Yang Yu, no matter how young I am, I can't be as young as Yang Yu. Junior Brother Han, please be a human being. Senior Brother Qian, keep a low profile, whether it's the Qingyun sect or the patron sect, we must keep a low profile. Yang Yu waved his hand, he was just telling a fact, just a fact. Indeed, in the eyes of trainers from other countries and regions, Lily Sakura is already quite young. She can be called a genius trainer, but compared with the evil Yang, no, it's a bit far off. But, Lily Sakura, why are you so nice? After all, I am also a gym-level trainer who challenges grass-type gym leaders. Why don't they give me such treatment? Wu Yuqin wondered. This shouldn't be the case. When he was in college, Wu Yuqin's name was probably more famous abroad than in China. After all, Northwest Elf University was indeed less famous than top elf universities such as Yanjing and Qingjing. Wu Yuqin is not well known in the domestic limelight. If it weren't for his success in challenging the grass-type gym leader this time, trainers in colleges and universities across the country would only remember that there is a person like Wu Yuqin. Maybe this is the life of a rich trainer, unpretentious, and boring? Maybe it's because I'm too handsome. Yang Yu brushed his hair. Well, that must be the case. Wu Yuqin was very open-minded. Yang Yu, you are younger and more powerful. You are right no matter what you say. Yang Yu smiled and glanced in the direction of his croaking frog. Anyway, the croaking frog is still small now, and the elf is very malleable. Just don't let Yang Yu make a golden healing shuriken when the time comes. However, there is one thing to say, Yang Yu still lacks a full-time wet nurse in the team. Quack quack, quack, after Yang Yu's quack frog felt Yang Yu's meaningful smile, he felt something bad in his heart. Didn't we already have a fight today? Is there another fight? If I don't fight, I won't fight. If I fight again, I feel like I will turn into a quack. Among Yang Yu's elves, Salted Fish King, Dada, Damalai, and Xiaobeobeo are all water elves? Dada and Damalai do have healing moves, but none have been specially trained. It feels really good to directly bulldoze the opponent. Every elf has its own characteristics, so why not let the frog learn the golden healing shuriken? Medical ninja, steady. Other people's Koga ninjas sneak attacks and deal damage, while our own Koga ninjas sneak attacks and heals. In team battles, having a flexible nanny is really important. Just like the forest battle in front of us, if an elf like a milk can provides a recovery effect to a friend, it will be affected by the speed and may be interrupted by the opponent. The Koga ninja is different. With this sensitive speed and quick insight, he can shuttle through the crowds of thousands of soldiers, and give his friends a golden healing shuriken. False wet nurse, slow to move, easy to be focused by opponents, weak in escapability, seemingly powerful in healing effect, but actually useless in a chaotic battle. A real wet nurse, she can move quickly and easily dodge the opponent's moves. No matter how many opponents focus on her, she can still use her flexible abilities to protect herself. The healing effect may seem weak, but, the golden healing shuriken, if it can 5 rounds fired at once. Simply okay. Yang Yu, what are your thoughts again? Wu Yuqin asked cheerfully. The expression on Yang Yu's face was something that Wu Yuqin was not too familiar with. Whether it was in the National Forest Team competition or later training elves in the Meteor Lake, Yang Yu would always have some horse-like thoughts. More importantly, Yang Yu would always have some thoughts. Some are even practical. At least when Wu Yuqin was training the giant pincer mantis, he adopted Yang Yu's suggestion and used the whirlwind knife to increase the speed of the bullet punch. This meant that the giant pincer mantis could understand the meaning of the wind and move with the wind, naturally. Quick. It's mainly for my current elf lineup. This idea may not be suitable for senior brother Qian. Yang Yu replied with a smile, I was just thinking about how to cultivate Guiguapeo frogs in the future. Whether it is a physical attack type Koga Ninja frog or a special attack type Koga Ninja frog, speed is still important. Flexibility is an indispensable part. Wu Yuqin also has his own experience in cultivating elves. It's a rare opportunity to get a croaking frog. Wu Yuqin will definitely cultivate it into an excellent elf. I'm going to be like your salted fish king, doing both. Koga Ninja itself is a dual attack type elf. Coupled with its speed advantage, it can make adjustments very quickly during the battle. Whether it is transformed into a physical attack type or a special attack type, it will not affect Koga Ninja's talent. Cause a little bit of waste. Senior brother Qian, let me ask for some more moo milk from your milk can. I'll finish it later. I want to go for a walk in this forest. At this time, the light wall screen has been locked on another trainer. This trainer is none other than Tetsuya Koike that Yang Yu is looking for. Tetsuya Koike left the gorgeous contest in despair. In the Sakura country, Tetsuya Koike's home court is now in the secret realm of Sky City. Sorry, I have a backer. My eyes feel a little uncomfortable because I look at the screen too much. Today's update is here. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, AI Renhuo Qiangxiao. Chapter 721. However, it doesn't have to be the main milk type Koga Ninja, the golden healing shuriken, maybe it can also become the 9-star poisonous milk shuriken. In short, no matter which form, speed is essential less. So, Guiguapao frog, come here and get beaten. Guiguapao frog, oh. Yang Yu struck out with heavy punches, dragon claws, and absolutely no teammates. Guiguapao frog endured a beating that shouldn't be received at this age. Still, progress is evident. Yang Yu defeated Guiguapao frog this time, using 2 moves. The first move failed, and the second move failed to defeat Guiguapao frog head-on. Guiguapao frog had already begun to think about avoiding Yang Yu's attacks. If Guiguapao frog's dodge reaches max in the future. Ninja, nothing better than this. I'm making progress. I'm going to go to the forest for a while. During this time, I'll let you rest and recuperate in the Pokeball. Come on, Oli. Guiguapao frog. Wu Yuqin. Wu Yuqin watched as Yang Yu defeated the Guiguapao frog again. This was clearly the way elves were trained by fighting Taoists or those in personal dojos. Of course, there are exceptions in the world, except for the polar bear country. Wu Yuqin wondered if he should also learn Yang Yu's training method. When he looked at his croaking frog, the croaking frog had already fallen to the ground and feigned death. It doesn't seem suitable. Wu Yuqin coughed lightly, feeling that if he took action, wouldn't he be able to defeat his croaking frog? This question is worth thinking about. Dada and dream-causing taper opened their eyes from meditation. Thinking and understanding the power of nature is not something that can be clearly understood through simple meditation. Totegui has thousands of years of experience in the use of superpowers and the power of nature in the secret realm of the Sky City. For the Taper people, it is like an enlightenment, and the subsequent digestion needs to be experienced by oneself in the spirit world. Read more, walk more. This is what Lao Huidi also taught during the special training in Meteor Lake. However, Lao Huidi's teaching is from superpower to nature. The teachings of Senior Totegui are from nature to superpower. Although the two paths are different, the final destination is still the same. The forest is really lively. At this time, Yang Yu and Wu Yuqian came to the secret forest world through the gate of the super world opened by Senior Totegui. Looking far outside the forest, there are many trainers engaged in sky battles in the sky. Junior brother Han, you are back home again, Wu Yuqian joked. Ha ha ha, the world is big and the world is our home. Yang Yu was in a good mood. The help given by Senior Totegui was unbelievable and unexpectedly great. In any case, Dede was able to gain new superpowers and natural insights. This is also a step closer to being promoted to the Heavenly King level in the future. This is not the sea, it's clearly a forest, Wu Yuqian glared. Yang Yu said loudly, there is nothing wrong with the forest and the green ocean, right? The Chinese teacher of Elf Elementary School taught it? Wu Yuqian. There are probably tens of thousands of people in this forest, and there may even be more than that. I don't know how many elite trainers around the world are trapped in the secret labyrinth, but since I'm here, I'll go too. I'll meet some old rivals alone. Junior brother Han, I'll see you then. Okay, senior brother Qian, in this forest, you still have to call junior brother Meng, Yang Yu said with a smile. Okay, it's up to you, junior brother Meng. I'll see you in the forest then. Come out and compete with the eagles. Hold head high. After this, Baidio has experienced Mega Evolution using the Baidio Megastone and Keystone. The most obvious thing is the increasingly bright and translucent red head feathers on the crest of its head. This is the identity that Baidio is most proud of. And a symbol of strength. The more powerful the eagle becomes, the more energetic and elegant the red head feathers on the crest of its head become. This is a subtle growth brought about by Mega Evolution. Although the Mega Evolution using Megastone does not last long, Baidiao can feel the extraordinary power of Super Baidiao from it, and benefits a lot from it. Shallow. Just like the original return of the Salted Fish King and the Super Evolution, the evil power brought by the Super Scarlet Gyarados, even if the Blue Salted Fish King returns to its normal form, there will be some changes brought about by the original return on the body. Salted Fish King, great beauty, stupid, I have made huge gains in the secret realm of Sky City. Now, how many vegetables can be abused in this forest world? Countless. Little Bayo Bayo, release, confidence, use the excess power. Yang Yu held Xiao Bao Bao's elf ball in his hand, and the light flashed. Ho ho ho. The forest world here is the ocean where Xiao Bao Bao's strength increases. Leaks, leaks. A group of can move for 300 yuan. Now that we have come to the secret realm of Sky City, it is only the strength in my hands that speaks for itself. Don't blame me for being too ruthless in torturing food. The path of a trainer, food, is the original sin. Yang Yu grinned, there were so many flying elves in the sky. Not as good as us. Little Bayo Bayo, charge, cyclone charge tornado. Hey, the little dream demon waved his hands to encourage him. Poppy. Ho ho ho. Xiao Bao Bao's eyes showed utter excitement and mania. In the sky, he could see no fewer than hundreds of flying elves. The strength of these elves were at least at the elite level. In such a powerful environment, under the competition, no trainer would dare to send flying elves with only advanced strength into the sky. De Mele, we are right behind, flying over slowly. King Salted Fish, don't make trouble. Little Bao Bao won't have anything to worry about when you come out. Just stay in the elf ball. Yang Yu felt the vibration of King Salted Fish's elf ball and immediately comforted him. When you come to this forest sea world, you might be able to meet some veteran gym level trainers. Wait until then and let the Salted Fish King come out, otherwise. Are there any other flying elves in the sky who dare to fly? Yi. The big beautiful pink hair like fin covered her mouth and smiled secretly, leaned down her head, and touched the poke ball of the salty fish king intimately to comfort her. After Male was comforted, she naturally had to leave it to Dede. Come on, you have to keep an eye on the salted fish king. There will be plenty of opportunities to let him out when the time comes. For now, let him stay in the elf ball peacefully. Yeah. Guarantees that the mission will be completed. A happy smile filled the innocent face. Holding a salty pokeball is also a very good experience. Beauty, let's float slowly over the leaves of the forest, hand over the stage to little Bao, and watch little Bao's performance. Yi. To deal with these real rookies, Xiao Bao does not need to spin to form a highly destructive physical attack tornado. He can just use the special attack tornado directly on his side. The most important thing is the powerful impact power of Xiao Bao. In the sky, the tornado formed around Xiao Bao made Xiao Bao's indomitable momentum even more fierce. In this terrifying and intimidating field, the aura completely rippled forward. In this world, who controls the vastness? What it is? How can there be such a terrifying flying elf in the sky? The blue one, wait, it's Gyarados. This Gyarados, whose elf is it? Gilagawala Smita. Quick, get out of the way, if you get hit by Gyarados in the air, hiss. Whoever you hit will get pregnant. Damn it, what should I do with this sonic dragon? It's so hard to fight for it to this point. I can't give it in. In this endless sea of forest that can be seen at a glance, if there is no trainer around Gyarados, no one knows which country or region this Gyarados will be. This is a place where tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of elite-level trainers from all over the world gather. In such a forest sea world, it is even bigger than the World Masters tournament on the island in the center of the world, and the battles are even more intense. In the World Masters tournament on the central island of the world, there are stricter battle rules, but in the forest sea world of Sky City, there are no constraints of any rules. The battles of ordinary elves on the battlefield can no longer satisfy the current situation. The situation demands, whether it is a chaotic battle or a so-called team battle, this also makes the competition for secret resources in the entire secret realm even more intense. If it were some ordinary elves in the secret realm, these trainers would not be jealous. Some elves are so common in this forest. Even catching them would only guarantee a small harvest for themselves, but some elves must be captured. Fight! There is a sonic dragon in the sky at this time. The trainers who explored a dark cave in the forest were pleasantly surprised to find that there was a sonic dragon that was at the top of the elite level but had not yet reached the gym level. No matter what kind of elf it is, once it establishes a relationship with a dragon, the value of this elf can increase dozens of times in an instant. Sonic Dragon can reproduce with other dragon elves? At that time, there will be more dragon elves? This is the real reason why these trainers want to fight for Sonic Dragon at all costs. Only there seems to be an accident. Little Bao doesn't care whether there are Sonic Dragons or not Sonic Dragons competing here. His idea is very simple. Wherever there are more flying elves gathered, he will burrow there. At first glance, not only are there a lot of flying elves here, but also trainers and their flying elves coming from other places after hearing the news, making the gathering of flying elves more and more. People like to join in the fun. Where would you come if you didn't come here? Ho ho ho. It was just that those trainers who had just come to join in the fun and didn't know what was going on looked at the Gyarados charging menacingly not far away with confused faces, and the many suspected birds behind the Gyarados who had been hit and fell vertically. Flying elves? Hurry, run, run. Thinking it was a savior from somewhere, the wild sonic dragon escaped from being rounded up by its trainer's flying elf. It felt lucky for a moment. Just when it was about to turn around to express its gratitude, a huge blue figure came rushing towards it. Wild Sonic Dragon? The wild Sonic Dragon was instantly knocked away by a huge force. When it fell, it stared at the Gyarados that came from nowhere and continued to chase more flying elves without even looking at it. When? Am I just lying there with my gun? Please vote, please vote. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Renhuo Xiangxiao. Chapter 722. Who's dropped the Sonic Dragon? Does anyone want it? Whose Sonic Dragon dropped here? Sonic Dragon. Does anyone want this Sonic Dragon? Is there any trainer who has left his Sonic Dragon here? Sonic Dragon. No. If not, then I want it. Take it back and hand it over to the country. Sonic Dragon? When Yang Yu watched the little typhoon stabbing and savagely charging, a strange elf seemed to fall. Interestingly, this elf just happened to fall on a tree branch not far from Yang Yu's eyes. The other flying elves were hurriedly taken away by their respective trainers, leaving only this lonely Sonic Dragon here. It's so pitiful that it was left behind by its owner just like that. Yang Yu randomly found an elf ball and threw it away. Beep, 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 beep. Capture successful. That's not right, other people's elves are so easy to catch these days. Wouldn't it explode the elf ball? Yang Yu felt something was wrong. Was it, that it was too easy to catch? This is a wild Sonic Dragon. Reggie Locke lazily raised his silly hat and put a chocolate diamond bean into his mouth. Wild? Then why didn't it speak just now? I was hit by you, little Bayo Bayo. It's too late to cry out in pain. Do you still have the strength to speak? Reggie Locke chewed on the diamond. This is a good thing. Both in terms of texture and taste, it is better than ordinary ones. The stone has healed a lot. The refreshing taste and crisp sound make me almost addicted. Simply cannot stop. Yang Yu thought about it for a while, and it was true that the Sonic Dragon applied it so stupidly that it hit Xiao Baobao all over his arms. In addition, the injuries suffered from the previous siege and capture. Well, this Sonic Dragon is so miserable, why not hand it over to the country? The Domestic Elf Alliance has been working hard to cultivate dragon elves. Cultivating powerful dragon elves takes a long time and even consumes huge resources. Just like Yang Yu's current mini-dragon, no matter how much food he eats, he is still a mini-dragon, but he has learned a lot of awesome moves. Yang Yu is not in a hurry anyway. The more solid the foundation of the mini-dragon is, the better his future strength will be. The upper limit is even more terrifying, stabilizing development and delaying the later stages. Dragon elves can even be called the strategic resource reserve of a country. Whether it is an eastern country or a western country, dragon is a symbol of mystery and strength, including power. It has strong resistance when facing moves with the four attributes of grass, water, electricity, and fire. Although it inevitably has weaknesses when facing the powers of fairies and ice, this does not hinder the dragon type. The status of elves in the eyes of trainers. The Sonic Dragon in the Secret Realm of Sky City, with the bonus of Secret Realm of Sky City, the importance of this Sonic Dragon has increased a lot again. If you go back and hand it over to the country, you can get some preferential policies on resources. What's the point? What if you don't? Without further ado, let's arrest him first. Beautiful, let's go. Let's follow up and see if we can pick up the mistakes along the way. It depends on whether the trainers in the forest are good enough. Yang Yu felt even more happy. I randomly picked up a Sonic Dragon while passing by. Perfect. By the way, don't dragon elves particularly like to hide some shiny things, such as diamonds and gems? Since the Sonic Dragon has been captured by us, why not go to its home to have a look? Yang Yu suddenly thought of something. After all, Sonic Dragon appeared here and was besieged, so Sonic Dragon's hometown must be nearby. For such an important matter, it's better not to let Sonic Dragon lead the way. I think this is a great idea. Reggie Rock Wisdom Core couldn't agree more. If there really is, the Sonic Dragon has already been captured by Yang Yu. It would be a waste to leave the gems and diamonds at home here. It is better to pay tribute to the rock god Pillar Regilock and shine for the beauty of the elf world. The patron saint also needs to be right. You can't just eat dirt all the time, right? Can't this small wish of improving the food be satisfied? The little dream demon rubbed her hands in anticipation. This is the life that the Dream Demon King is looking forward to. Search your home, search your home, search your home. Still need to return to zero. Everything returns to zero. All the trainers here were scared away by little Bayo Bayo. It's a pity that they have no choice but to monopolize Sonic Dragon's lair. Yang Yu sighed. Poppy. Yang Yu specially asked Dede to directly insulate Sonic Dragon's Pokeball. In fact, Yang Yu didn't have to do this. Sonic Dragon had already fallen asleep in the Pokeball and suffered serious injuries. Sleeping is the fastest way. The best way to recover. Yang Yu is not worried about Xiao Baobao rushing too far. In this forest, there is a backing turtle covering him. If Xiao Baobao encounters danger, Senior Tu Taigi will inform Yang Yu and give guidance. Besides, this forest is like an endless sea. Where can you easily meet a powerful gym-level trainer? Gyarado's overconfidence has already begun to pile up. How can an ordinary gym-level elf be an opponent of Gyarados who has already gained momentum? Search the house first, then the main point is to search the house. After all, dragon elves are different from other elves. In the secret realm of the East China Sea Dragon Palace, isn't that a king-level happy fat dragon hiding countless shiny treasures in the East China Sea Dragon Palace? Mum. The mini-dragon got his head out of Yang Yu's backpack, yawned widely, and looked at the dark surroundings. His eyes quickly became bright. This is the dragon's lair? Many dragons are naturally very sensitive to the scent of dragon elves, but it seems that this place is not high-end at all, even a bit spicy, and it is not as high-end as the East China Sea Crystal Palace at home. It's like the daughter of a rich family coming to see the slums. Not interested in. It's not as interesting as the energy cube in the backpack. Putting his head back into his backpack, as long as the mini-dragon ate it fast enough, Yang Yu wouldn't notice that the energy cube was stolen by the mini-dragon, just like when he ate the tree fruit. Of course, the mini-dragon didn't know that the energy cubes in the backpack were specially placed for it by Yang Yu, and there were even a lot of electromagnetic popping candies mixed in with them. If the mini-dragon can learn 100,000 volts, Yang Yu can promote electromagnetic popping candies after leaving the secret realm of Sky City. The mini-dragon brand endorsement can directly save the endorsement fee of the dragon image. A stable batch. When they dimly lit up the lights and discovered the twinkling reflections in the dark cave, neither Yang Yu, Little Dream Demon, nor Tijipai and Reggie Locke felt happy. Ha ha ha, I found it, sure enough, Yang Yu laughed. This wave of blood profit, Reggie Locke gave Yang Yu a rare compliment. Poppy. Most of the gems here are sparkling gems, there are no diamonds, but Yang Yu also saw two other good things. Dragon's teeth. These are the teeth that Sonic Dragon sheds when it grows and evolves. In the battle between elves, it can slightly increase the power of dragon-type moves. More importantly, it can also help the evolution of some specific dragon-type elves. I made a small fortune, take it away, take it all away. Dumbly, he took off the golden conch hat. When the golden conch hat saw such a bunch of shining gems, his eyes were wide open. After all, in the golden conch hat's own independent thinking, only shiny things can be worthy of his gold. The identity of the conch cap? Regirock, are there any gold or silver treasures hidden here? I just used the power of rock to search for it, and there is none, Regirock replied. This sonic dragon is so poor, it doesn't even have a place to hide its treasures, Yang Yu sighed. The better things are often hidden deeper. Obviously, this sonic dragon does not have this awareness. The bright gems around it should be all its assets. Me. 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 The mini dragon shouted 3 times from Yang Yu's backpack, echoing with great approval. So poor, so poor. Regirock. You are the one who said you are getting rich, you are the one who ransacked your house, and you are the one who still thinks you didn't find enough stuff after you ransacked your house, it's you too. As expected of Yang Yu. As expected of you. When Yang Yu was about to turn around and leave the dark cave, a long-lost mechanical voice sounded in his ears. He was still emotionless and overbearing. Return to 0. Fortunately, Sonic Dragon was not awake at the moment, otherwise he might have become a dragon elf that was stunned by the living anger. This man not only coveted his body, he also coveted his family. He ransacked his hometown and didn't even leave any money behind. He even thought his family was too poor. Is this man a devil? And this little dream monster? Also a devil? How many dragon-type elves are there in this forest? Yang Yu sighed quietly. The little dream demon has found the business method of the new devil calculator. In the past, other people's points were deducted, but now they can't. What I am copying now is my hometown in Elf Cave. But it's the same, everything must be reset to 0. Poppy. Tijipai, who has fairy attributes. I'm not afraid of dragon elves. I didn't expect that capturing wild dragon elves would have such benefits. The records in some information are indeed good. Dragon elves are indeed big treasures, Yang Yu agreed in his heart. The one that roared 3 times is Yang Yu's Gyarados, right? You can hear the roar that shook the forest from here. Haha, is Yang Yu planning to train Gyarados in this forest? Wu Yuqin. The guess was accurate. Thinking of Yang Yu's rapid progress, Wu Yuqin would not be left behind. Team fighting in the forest, just treat this as the top forest stage of the World Masters. Hold head high. The eagle flaps its wings and soars, with the majestic red head feathers on the crown of its head. Don't be afraid of any challenge from a strong enemy. Please vote. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Chiang Xiao. Chapter 723. Facts have proved that situations like Sonic Dragon, which not only gives free elves but also all family property, do not happen all the time. The habits of most elves are not to hide all kinds of shiny gems in their caves like the Sonic Dragon. The most common ones are like the vine snake and the ivy snake, which hide tree fruits on themselves. Little Bayo Bayo, you did a great job, come back first. All the flying elves here were beaten away by Zaya Bayo Bayo. Whether they were wild flying elves in the forest or trainers, they were directly scattered by Zaya Bayo Bayo. It's a pity that an armored elf with both steel and flying elements was attacked by Xiao Bayo Bayo, but it didn't lose its combat effectiveness like other flying elves and fell into the forest. However, being able to withstand Xiao Bao Bao's invincibility in a state of excessive self-confidence, Xiao Bao Bao admitted that this armored bird had some strength and did not continue to chase it. Although it wasn't satisfying enough to fight at this point, there were no other elves around to fight, so Xiao Bao Bao had no choice but to give up. Let's eat some popping candies first. It's the best time to eat them. You can fully appreciate and absorb the weak electrical energy in the electromagnetic popping candies. Ho ho ho. Xiao Bao Bao will never miss the opportunity to improve his strength. The strength of the salted fish king has reached the sky. Xiao Bao Bao originally thought that with his improved strength and overconfidence, he could compete with the Salted Fish King in terms of physical and offensive abilities, but after thinking about it, he was still too young. The wave of terrifying evil power displayed when the primitive returned to the super evolution made Xiao Baobao, who was good at physical attack ability, very yearn for it. Bai Diao has obtained a magical megastone, which resonates with the super evolution of the keystone combination. This mysterious stone that can rise from gym level strength to king level combat power makes Xiao Baobao extremely yearn for it. Who wants to fall behind? No one wants it? Ho ho ho. The method by which the boss of the Salty Fish King, Gurren, transformed into the Scarlet Gyarados, was beyond the control of the younger Gyarados. At the same time, the original evil power in the bloodline was activated from the Scarlet Gyarados state, and the primitive returned to super evolution, forming the Scarlet Super Gyarados. How to pursue such power? Little Bao Bao wants to be like Bai Diao and have the opportunity to obtain the power of super evolution. Reggie Locke and Yang Yu said. Gyarados megastones are very difficult to find in the entire country of China. Sometimes, finding such megastones does not require money. What is needed may be special luck. Yang Yu gently patted Xiao Baobao's body, and shook his head with a wry smile. Speaking of this luck, senior brother Qian's luck is much better than mine. The giant pincer mantis megastone and the Baidio megastone can just match his elf. Megastones are inherently difficult to find, and even if they are found, they may not necessarily match the elves. Just like that North American trainer, he has a Baidiao megastone in his hand, but he can't use it at all. Moreover, he has a gym-level warrior eagle and will not cultivate another Baidiao, which ultimately makes Yang Yuhi cheaper. Wu has money. No matter which country or region the Elf Alliance is in, Megastone is definitely an important strategic resource. There has been a smuggling incident of Tyrannosaurus Megastone in the domestic Sichuan province before, whether it is the external network controlled by Metagross or Jengar Laohe, the ghost network under his control is hunting down this group of people. Even if Yang Yu wanted to buy it, he didn't have the money. Even if you convert the gems copied from Sonic Dragon's hometown into elf coins, you might just buy some scraps of megastones. The value of megastone cannot be measured by money, so it can only be. It depends on Tijapai. There is no Gyarados megastone in my impression. Reggie Locke muttered at this time. Yang Yu. Yang Yu and Xiao Bao Bao stared at the direction of Reggie Locke in the dumb hat at the same time. Looking straight at it, Reggie Locke felt like grass was growing on his body. Don't look at me. The outside world is changing so fast. Even if I remember that place, others may have discovered it, or the topography has changed over time. The island where I live is called the so-called center island of the world. The island was on the Australian continent a long time ago, and later it reached the center of the world. Reggie Locke added, that is your theory of continental drift. What he said made sense, but Yang Yu was speechless. Is there one in Sky City? Yang Yu narrowed the scope a little. Ho ho ho, Xiao Baobao's pupils were full of desire. That is, the desire for a higher level of strength. You have to ask Tutegui about this. Tutegui is an elf who has experienced or even seen the vicissitudes of life in the Sky City, Reggie Locke replied, but in my memory of the Sky City, there is no Gyarados megastone. The news, but I don't know if there will be other reasons for the Gyarados megastone to appear in the secret realm over the years. Ho ho ho. Little Bao Bao was a little lost and curled up like a donut, pitiful and helpless. Poppy. Little Dream Demon and Tijapai comforted little Bao Bao on his head, saying that it was not easy for little Bao Bao to be so powerful now, and so on. You can definitely find it in the future. Super evolution. No matter which elf it is, it will be yearned for, especially when Xiao Baobao feels the original return of the Salted Fish King to the super evolution. The combination of the evil breath and the intimidating aura is like a hell realm, which makes Xiao Baobao even more. I am determined to get a chance to super evolve. Let's move forward first. We can't rush the matter of the megastone. Sometimes it really depends on luck. In any case, improve the current strength first. When you have the megastone to super evolve, the strength improvement will be even more powerful. Yang Yu said very rationally. No matter what, the basic strength must be solid. The deeper the foundation, the benefits will be completely fed back when experiencing mega evolution. Opportunities always come to the prepared elves. Xiao Baobao's strength has just been promoted to the gym level. He needs to settle down at the gym level before continuing to think about mega evolution. Now is the best opportunity for Xiao Baobao to consolidate and improve his strength. After being comforted and encouraged, little Bao Bao became excited again. Perhaps it was because of his overconfidence that gave little Bao Bao a strong desire to super evolve. Yang Yu was very happy that Xiao Baobao had such an idea. This is a very interesting thing. If in future elf battles, after the opponent sees a small Bao Bao that can mega evolve, there will be a salty fish king who has returned to the original and mega evolved. Hiss. Yang Yu was already looking forward to his opponent's jaw-dropping expression. Little dream demon, it's time to show off your strength in this forest. Your master Gengui Liahe gave you an amazing magic fairy stick. If you match it with the ability of illusion, in the forest, you can be the queen of dark magic. Yang Yu looked at the sun that was about to set over the forest and the sky that had begun to darken. It was time to train the little dream monster. The night is the veil. Let's challenge those trainers and elves trapped in darkness. The little dream monster is ready. Call out the mini dragon and put Mimikyu's rag on the mini dragon's head to form a brand new spirit, Mimikyu. The decoy Mysaurus is ready, night. Here we go. Keep asking for votes. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, AI Ren Huo Xiangxiao. Chapter 724. Rustle Rustle. The wind at night seemed a little cold. In this world of forest sea, it is mysterious and unpredictable during the day. This forest contains huge treasures of elven resources. For any trainer, it has a fatal temptation and vigorous competition. It was everywhere, but at night, the trainers seemed to have a tacit understanding and stopped in unison. The night in the secret forest is not so easy to spend. In such a huge forest, no one would not believe that there are powerful elves in this forest. The deeper the forest, the more likely powerful elves are to exist. It's dark, don't walk around. Be careful of being targeted by ghost elves. The secret realm of the Sky City is not a safe place. Back in the secret labyrinth, there were thunders and earthquakes. These thunders were real, not a joke. The same was true for earthquakes. A temporary trainer camp. The team here seems to be a temporary group. There are trainers of all colors, but they are also wary of each other. Fortunately, in this temporary team of trainers, each other has made some gains in the secret forest, and the distribution is fairly fair, so there are no problems for the time being. It won't be easy if this continues. Ahaha. Yes, yes, yes. Although these 8 trainers all gained something, they felt that their gains on the first day were still a little too little. I don't know where the Gyarados suddenly appeared. I had a chance to catch the Sonic Dragon. Cassidy hammered his knees in frustration. The gym level Gyarados, that means it's probably a gym level trainer. He has no choice but to admit defeat. Didn't you see the scene where a Gyarados collided with a flying elf? A direct collision. Drop a batch. Can't afford to offend, can't afford to offend, can't you afford to offend? Fortunately, our flying elf escaped quickly and was not seriously injured. Otherwise, he would not be competitive in the secret realm within a few days. With the opening of the Sky City secret realm, no one knows how long the secret realm will last, but the longer you can stay in it, the more benefits will naturally come from it. Maybe you can resell the elf resources you obtain and exchange them for the cultivation resources you need. In the future, the path to becoming a trainer is promising. Secret realms such as the Elf World and Sky City are no longer considered adventurous, and are even friendly. For example, the world-famous Charizard Volcano and Charizard Volcano Valley once encountered a volcanic eruption. Then the fun is really over. However, trainers heading there are still everywhere, and there is an endless stream. This is like many extreme adventure trainers who take life and death lightly and do whatever they want if they don't accept it. However, there are also a group of trainers who have come through this. The strength of the trainers is terrifying. Hoo hoo. The night wind blew on this side of the camp, and the trainers here felt a chill in their hearts. The night in the secret forest is like this. Whether it is the forest known to the outside world or the secret realm of the forest sea where you are now, you will always feel a sense of fear that trembles in your heart. Even elite trainers are no exception. The most basic fear is the dark. Anyone who dares to walk alone in such a forest is actually either a ghost, or someone scarier than a ghost. If it's the former, it's fine. Elite trainers will join a group to keep warm. Unless there's a large group of ordinary ghost elves, they won't dare to approach them. If it's the latter, gym-level trainers are generally not interested in elite-level trainers at all. They believe that there is nothing in themselves worthy of being valued by gym-level trainers. What they gain in this forest may be a bit inferior to elite trainers like them, let alone gym-level trainers. By the time we reach the gym level, the consumption of elf resources alone is beyond the imagination of elite trainers. But what they don't know is, they have been targeted by someone Yang. These elite trainers are really treasures. They have both high-level and elite-level elves under their command. They just happen to be the best training partners for Little Dream Demon. After returning to China, there are no elite-level trainers to play with me. Damn it! As a result, I can only come to such a large secret realm to play with elite-level trainers from other countries and regions. With my current strength, it is more than enough to be an elf battle professor in all the top universities in the country, right? Although I am not a student of a famous elf university, I can also become an elf battle professor in a top elf university through my strength. Not only can the students serve as free sparring partners, they even have to pay my tuition. Why didn't I think of such an operation before? According to the teaching plan, every student must have an elf battle with me. Otherwise, be careful not to fail the elf battle course. Sexy Professor Yang guides the elf battle online. After Yang Yu figured out the solution, he felt that his world had once again opened a new door. He didn't think much about it before, but now when he thinks about training little dream monsters, mini dragons, and even a croaking frog in the future, and maybe even other elves, Yang Yu's thoughts quickly spread. In fact, Yang Yu has this idea, and he has to thank Koik Tetsuya. Then a gym-level trainer can be a professor of elf battle, and he is still in the world's top elf university. Why can't I, Yang Yu? Is it that Yang Yu's salted fish king isn't big enough, or that I'm not beautiful enough? I must reserve a place at my alma mater, Hangcheng TV University. Think about whether to go to Yanjing Elf University or Qingjing Elf University. Is there a girl trainer named Hu Jing there at Yanjing Elf University? We are considered acquaintances. I'm not very familiar with Qingjing. At this time, the little dream demon had already briefly surveyed the situation in the trainer's camp. This time, the little dream demon is going to play alone. 1 against 8. The important thing is that with the cover of darkness, the little dream monster also has a move that is very suitable for fighting ghost elves at night, Shadow Clone. Little dream demon, if you're ready, get ready. Yang Yu wanted to see the specific strength of the little dream demon now. In such an environment, first of all, whether he could escape unscathed while ensuring his own safety, and the most important thing was to fight against the elves with the combination of moves. As long as we can defeat 2 elite elves, this training will be considered a success. The little dream demon's magic fairy stick is actually very similar to the Mega Evolution bracelet composed of Mega Stone and Keystone. They are both 2 stones. The little dream demon's magic fairy stick is composed of the best dark stone and the unchangeable stone. The incredible energy balance formed allows the little dream demon to evolve into a dream demon. If the power of the little dream demon is stronger, the dream demon form will last longer. After the battle, the dream demon can return to its little dream demon form. I have to admit that little dream demon master Gengui Liahe does have incredible ideas and can put them into practice. Yang Yu admires them very much. The same goes for the dull master Lao Huidi. Yang Yu lamented that being able to meet a good teacher is really a blessing for a lifetime. After going back, he will be a good teacher and professor to make students feel blessed. The Salted Fish King is absolutely convinced. The little dream monster has prepared the bait. The energy cube in your hand is ready, go ahead, Mimikyu. The little dream monster threw not the elf ball, but the energy cube. Me. 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 The urgent cry of the mini dragon suddenly sounded in the forest. At the same time, there was also the sound of swirling moving in the forest. What is the sound? In the temporary trainer camp, Kaiser suddenly became wary. At this time, under the dark night, the sound in the forest was most likely a ghost. Be alert, everyone be alert. John had already held an elf ball tightly in his hand. The light here was very dark, and it was also a faint purple light. This was the light that was least likely to attract ghost elves. It must be said that although these 8 people formed a temporary team, they still showed great unity when facing the ghost elves that might appear in the forest. It's dark, don't walk around. This sentence is not said casually. Once you are alone and fall into the trap set by the ghost elves, it will be over. Only. The moment they saw a sneaky figure appear, everyone couldn't help but exclaimed and said the name of the elf in various languages. Mimikyu. This Mimikyu, it's so fast, Cass Idel couldn't help but exclaimed, as if he had cast a flash of lightning. He revealed the face of the painting, and the next second, it changed to another one. A place. Me. 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 At this time, the little dream demon threw another energy cube in another direction. The environment here can be said to be good for the camouflage of Mimikyu. There are many tall weeds around. As long as Mimikyu shuttles through the long weeds looking for energy cubes. Little dream demon, you can just wait for the fish to bite. Mimikyu. The characteristics of the painting: a powerful ghost elf that can completely withstand any move. Get rich, get rich, get rich. John's eyes widened. This is a ghost elf that can save his life. In the dark market outside, the price of a Mimikyu is at least in tens of millions, and it's still US dollars in elf coins. All our efforts throughout the day today are not as valuable as this Mimikyu. Even after we go back, if we catch this Mimikyu, we can still be free for a long time. If they were ordinary ghost elves, they might not be interested at all, but the appearance of Mimikyu. Originally, they were all ready to go to sleep, but now in an instant, they turned into 8 energetic young men. The moment they distanced themselves and prepared to surround this Mimikyu with their own elves, the little dream demon's mouth showed its pointed little tiger teeth. They are separated. The power of ghosts was shockingly released from the little dream demon. Illusion, shrouded. Asking for votes from all trainers. Pokemon's character master. Author, AI Ren Huo Shao. Chapter 725. Kaiser shook his head and confirmed that he was staying with his elf Shavarang. At the same time, he could see 7 other temporary team members. I felt a little relieved, and then I held my breath. This is the easiest way to confirm whether you have been deceived by the abilities of ghost elves. It seems that I have not fallen into an illusion. Kaiser is able to achieve his current strength completely by himself step by step. He has walked through many forests and even suffered from the illusion moves of ghost-type elves. However, he can still appear in this forest. Haley, it shows. He is not a simple trainer. Savarang, prepare your heart's eye. If there is a ghost-type elf approaching, except for that Mimikyu, everything else, just repel it, Kaiser said methodically. Savarang nodded. Like Abilang, Shavarang is also a fighting elf, but Abilang's best attack is on his fists with red gloves, while Shavarang is on his own pair of flying legs. Therefore, Abilang has another name as Kui Fist Lang among fighting elves, while Shavarang is called Flying Leg Lang. Shavarang's Eye of the Heart, this is a more effective move than the see-through move, and it is an upgraded skill for see-through. To see through, you can only rely on your eyes to see, but the Eye of the Heart uses a more advanced telepathic ability to find the enemy. Suddenly, Cassidy felt as if something small fell from the sky on his head. Before Cassidy had time to react, the next second, the Mimikyu in the grass instantly flew towards Cassidy's direction. Sha'arung, split the tiles, Kaiser exclaimed, and at the same time, he patted the elf ball next to him, and 5 figures suddenly lit up around him. Cuckoo pigeon, spiny shell, giant sting wasp, long nose leaf and king pangolin. However, Shavarang's pupils shrank, and the moment he used his move, there was a sound of breaking through the air, which made Shavarang's heart sink. Shavarang's splitting of tiles under the Eye of Heart actually split into the air. This is, what a terrifying speed. Kaiser has never seen a ghost-type elf that can appear at such a terrifying phantom speed. This is either teleportation or just click, click, click. At this moment, a terrifying elf with a Mimikyu head and a mini-dragon body appeared in front of Kaiser. Fear and trembling pervaded the whole body. The mini-dragon whose mind is controlled by Mimikyu, and even the ghost dragon whose body has been gradually taken over by ghost elves, is too scary. This forest is too scary. Mum. The mini-dragon chewed the energy cube thrown by the little dream monster and continued to jump towards the location of the next energy cube. With its own speed and movement that even Reggie Locke couldn't catch, these elves. How could it be stopped? Kaiser, what's going on? Why don't you take action? The 7 trainers on John's side have begun to get angry. With such a good opportunity to capture Mimikyu and make a fortune directly, Kaiser, he is the sinner in the team. This is a Mimikyu that invaded the mind of a mini-dragon. I just used Shavarang's Eye of Heart and Piva, but they didn't even hit this terrifying elf. Cassidy shuddered at this scene. It was enough to make him scared. There is no lake in their area, so where did the mini-dragon come from? This is a mini-dragon whose mind and body have been eroded by Mimikyu. It is a ghost wandering in the forest, a dragon. What? The mini-dragon has no consciousness of its own and has been taken over by Mimikyu. John's voice didn't seem so convincing. In their opinion, this is an excuse made by Kaiser. Is this an illusion? Kaiser took a deep look at the surrounding environment and began to feel a little scared. The scene of ghosts corroding elves appeared in front of him, making him tremble in his heart. Otherwise, how to explain Mimikyu, all set on the head of that mini-dragon? At this moment, it was the moment that Kaiser was most affected. The darkness of night and the mystery descended on him. What is a fantasy? True and false, false and true. The little dream demon flashed the pointed little tiger teeth at the corners of her mouth. It's time to take action. This is a false figure. Only Kaiser can see it. It's an incubus, it's an incubus. The incubus talent is the ability to create illusions. We have all fallen into the illusion trap. John. This is the incubus's illusion trap, Kaiser said roaring, but, at this time, he suddenly woke up in his heart. If what you see in front of you is an illusion, so are his current temporary team members also part of the illusion. When did you get recruited? Cassidy has completely lost his mind. Maybe from the beginning, it was the conspiracy of this dream monster? But why does it dare to rely solely on the dream demon itself? Why does it dare? The little dream demon stretched out his little finger, pointed in the direction of Shavarang, and at the same time, made a tick. Little dream demon, I want a duel. Cassidy took a breath of air. Is this dream monster crazy? With only the strength of a high-level elf, why would he dare to challenge his elite Shavarang in a duel? Why is it? At this time, Kaiser only believed in his own judgment. The teammates around him might be fake teammates that the dream demon transformed into using his illusion ability. You just want to have an elf battle with me, although Kaiser didn't believe it, he still asked. Really anything can happen in the forest. Cassidy didn't believe that he was crazy, so there was only one answer, it was that the dream monster in front of him was crazy. Could it be that the mini-dragon that was eroded by Mimikyu just now was the dream monster's warning? But the problem is, when did a high-level ghost elf become so arrogant? /U003C, Sigma. The little dream demon is angry. Very serious consequences. Shadow, clone. Savarang, come on, defeat it. Kazai suppressed the anger in his heart. He was actually played by a dream demon? Dream monster. It's not the evolved dream monster. If it were a dream demon, Cassidy would still pay attention to it, but why should it be a dream demon that has not evolved at all? Heart's eye, Cassidy ordered directly. Savarang's gloomy eyes began to calm down, and his expression narrowed. He began to use his telepathy to see through the dream monster in the illusion. Defeating the dream monster will free you from the illusion. Little dream demon will not give Shavarang a chance to continue to react. The offensive has already begun, so naturally. Shock your ass. Shavarang's speed was not bad, and his 2 consecutive kicks spun like scuds. Facing the dream demon who was even weaker than himself, the Eye of the Heart had already taken effect. Sizzling. G. A golden light instantly lit up, and the effect it caused in this night was not only the power of the charging beam, but more importantly, blind. It's like turning on a light suddenly in the middle of the night. Whether it's a human or an elf, the pupils need time to react, and this charging beam has this blinding effect. What, a charging beam? Isn't this a wild dream monster? Which trainer is causing trouble here? Cassidy reacted immediately. Why is this dream monster behaving so strangely and actually wants to fight his elf in a 1v1 duel? It turns out that a trainer is targeting them. Then that Mimikyu and the mini-dragon, no, that's a real illusion, an illusion controlled by the dream monster. A trace of cold sweat fell on Cassidy's forehead, and at the same time, he became even more vigilant. What trainer is targeting them? No matter what, defeat this dream monster first. Electric moves cannot stop Shavarang's attack. With its soft characteristics, you are not afraid of any paralysis effect. There is no paralysis effect. Shavarang, stop, what are you doing? Why did you get into chaos? Kaiser hadn't said the word chaos yet. He thought of the sudden brightness that would cause blindness. Charging beam of effect. Yes, it is the strange light of the little dream monster. As a ghost-type elf, the strange light often has miraculous effects in elf battles. Especially at night, coupled with the chaos caused by the blinding effect. Shavarang, I can't see you. Even, wanted to hit someone. What should I do if I can't see or hit anyone? Then hit yourself. Shavarang is an elf in human form. He can barely be considered half a human. Isn't that too much? If there is no blinding effect, Shavarang's chaos may attack the little dream monster locked in the heart eye state, but now, Shavarang can't see it. This is a great opportunity for the little dream demon to take action. Kaiser, I saw that dream monster. My Gugu finally detected the dream of the dream monster. Kaiser, "We are here to help you," John said at this time. The tone was even a little excited. His experience in the forest is not as rich as Cassidy's, and there are not many people around him. This dream monster actually mastered a move like charging beam. It must be a gift. Even Mimikyu in the Sky City Q will have them all, and there are even some brand new elves that are not found in the outside elven world. The dream demon can charge the beam, isn't it normal? John didn't believe Cass-Idel in his heart. He couldn't even bite the meat that flew to his mouth. He couldn't catch the priceless Mimikyu and let it go. Catching a talented dream monster can also make up for the loss. Why do all the good things happen to Cass-Idel? This is a dream monster with a trainer. Cass-I's expression changed. Master? Where is the master? You are talking about yourself, right? Now that you have formed a team, you cannot eat alone. Mimikyu asked you to let go. This dream monster will never allow it. That's it. Let's catch the elves you can't catch. We can't let the dream monster escape this time. John even felt a little regretful in his heart. It would be great if his Gugu could evolve into an owl, so that he could detect the illusions in the forest more quickly. Unfortunately, his strength is a bit lacking, but fortunately, it can be considered a meritorious service. Little Dream Demon did not expect that these elves Gugu who had the ability to see through illusions would be trained at home. But even so, they actually want to catch the little dream monsters one by bullying the many and the few. Can they catch the little dream monster? How can I bear this? Don't mess with the little dream monster, the consequences are serious. When Cassie's eyes saw the simple little staff in the dream demon's hand, a deep dark light that seemed to be able to confuse people's hearts came from the core of the staff. This was the best dark stone. This dream monster, what does it want to do? Looking at those stupid pig teammates, Kazizer's mentality suddenly collapsed. You, don't come over. In the forest, what will happen if a ghost-type elf uses the best dark stone to complete its evolution? I heard, there are many of you. Ghost energy injection, black magic, dream monster transformation. The call of the ancient ghost is rippling in this forest sea. Kazizer's mind instantly fell into a complete white light. Ghost tide. Asking for votes from all trainers. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Xiangxiao. Chapter 726. What happened? What's going on in the forest? So many ghost elves, are they crazy? Where are they going? Does anyone here dare to follow us? You idiot, do you want to become a ghost? In this forest, there are countless ghost-type elves hiding, whether they are ghosts, Jengars, dream demons, and even non-ghost-type elves, such as, a whole group of Murkrow. The aura of the top-grade Darkstone, centered on the little dream demon, spread out for unknown miles, and stirred up ghostly ripples belonging to the top-grade Darkstone. The call of the ancient ghost shakes the hidden ghosts of the forest sea, causing tidal fluctuations, awakening the ghost tide. Just when the light flowing in the dark night surrounds the little dream demon's body, the light of evolution lights up, and such incredible and endless ghost energy, at this moment, allows the little dream demon to complete the Black Devil transformation, the dream demon. Cassie's expression changed drastically. These teammates are simply stupid pigs. Even, calling them stupid pigs is an insult to the status of pigs. Can't you understand people's words? I told you not to come over, but you still come over. What should we do now? What is the scariest thing in the forest? Not the so-called ghost, but the human heart. Ordinary ghost elves only like to come and play pranks on others. As long as they don't encounter extremely threatening ghost elves like the crystal lantern fire spirit, they won't encounter much danger in the forest. Unless someone is seeking death. Obviously, these pig teammates are the type who seek death. This dream monster came to challenge the trainer. There must be the trainer's will behind it. These stupid pigs actually want to catch this dream monster who has only one master. I'm afraid I've eaten the courage of a bear's heart and a leopard's courage. How many people are there in Kazai's? 8 elite trainers. Dare to let a high-level dream monster come to seduce a duel. How confident is this? This is training elves in this forest. Naturally, Cassidy didn't stupidly ask who was controlling everything behind this. Only a truly strong person, maybe even a gym-level trainer, would do this. As for why? Of course it's to train elves. The moment the top-quality Darkstone appeared, Cassidy already wanted to run away, triggering a ghost tide in the forest, but it was much more terrifying than the ghost tide in the city. At least the city is controlled by the Elf Alliance, but the ghost elves in the primeval forest. This is a secret realm. Secret realm. Dream dream, dream demon. This sound, the ghost elves in the forest are coming towards this direction. Oh no. The ghost tide is the most terrifying ghost tide in the forest sea. There must be so many terrifying ghost elves in such a big forest. Kaiser has too much time to take care of himself, so how can he still have the time to listen to these stupid teammates? Just listen to this sound. I want to block them all. But the dream monster in front of me. Already taking action. On the dark stone magic stick that continuously exudes ghostly aura, a dark energy flashed. In this forest, borrowing the natural power of the forest, this world, the leaves rustled like a curse. Sounds generally. It's the magic leaf. Stupid pig, don't take action to resist. Kaiser never expected that the originally peaceful atmosphere would suddenly turn into this. At this time, it is no longer something that can be solved by talking. The ghost tide has begun. If Cassius and the others still want to be in the secret forest of the Sky City, they must forcibly interrupt the ghost tide. Otherwise, there will be ghosts haunting us every night. If the fight continues, he could only lose in the hands of this dream monster. 8 elite trainers were defeated by a dream monster. This is an absolute shame. More importantly, this dream demon turned out to be a dream demon with only high-level strength. Baidiao, use the violent wind. Sunflower monster, come on, use the flying leaf blade. Lotta, go up and bite. Under the purple mage's hat, the dream demon's eyes were unusually calm. From a young dream demon, he evolved into a dream demon, a little less innocent and a little more mature and steady. Faced with the siege of so many elves, the dream demon did not panic. Because the energy it holds in its hands now. Endless. Like a dark leader, the black magic, ghost power released in the dark demon's transformation state is continuously released from the top quality darkstone. Quick victory. The little dream demon who transformed into a dream demon knows that the time he has to maintain such a change is very precious, so let those who want to catch it, taste the real fear. Sizzle. Magic leaves are flying all over the sky. This is the specialty move of Dream Demon, but it is not the specialty move of Little Dream Demon for the time being. What Little Dream Demon is best at is Avada shocks your ass. The charging beam in the Dream Monster state is no longer a simple charging beam. As the Dark Archmage and the Head of Darkness, the Magic Rod, controls the thunder. The Dream Demon moved the magic wand directly above him. The strange and changeable dark colors in the crystal clear dark stone were even more mysterious and terrifying in the dark night at this moment. Just. The curse-like sound spread from the Dream Demon towards the surroundings like tearing apart, and the shrill sound of attack, amidst the flashing dark black and golden thunder of the magic fairy stick, caused all the moves around to be attacked by it. Discoloration. Subtle surprise attack. At the moment when the thunder was about to flash, the dream monster and its magic wand came from right in front of all the elves, with an incredible change, and came to the back of them. Avada, shock your ass with a curse. Mum. The mini dragon that was chewing energy cubes not far away had already finished eating the energy cubes in his mouth. While he was still savoring the fragrance between his teeth, he looked at the scene of the battle between the elves on this side, which was like the coming of a thunder prison. When a series of electric lights collectively shocked the butt of the elf who took action. Mini dragon feels like his butt also has a tingling feeling. Mum. How terrible. Mini dragon doesn't want electric butt? Hiss, the energy burst after the little dream demon evolves into the dream demon, is really terrifying. Yang Yu secretly observed, surprised, and amazed at the same time. Poppy. Tijipai waved his hands happily, little dream demon's sister is the best. It has to be said that the dark ghost energy bred by the best dark stone is really terrifying. The little dream demon carries this magic fairy stick every day, and the best dark stone can gradually cultivate the little dream demon's strength. The violent dark ghost energy itself, under the influence of the immutable stone, stabilizes the energy, and the little dream demon can successfully accept this peaceful dark ghost energy. More importantly, this is just like the super evolution of elves. Every time the little dream demon transforms into a dream demon, he can experience the happy feeling brought by a higher level of strength and long for real power. Yeah. Dede seemed to feel something. When Dede used his weak superpower, these ghost elves traveling through the forest were instantly invisible. Yang Yu watched so many ghost elves gathering in the direction of the little dream demon, and he naturally understood what was happening. In the little dream demon's magic stick, the energy fluctuations caused by the evolution of the top-grade dark stone were released, enough to gather a large number of ghost elves. Just a ghost tide. I've met him once and I'm already very calm. Yang Yu was still looking forward to it. The last time the little dream demon received a gift from the ghost tide, it was the ability to enter dreams. This time. What could it be? The scale of the ghost tide this time is much larger than the last time, and the gifts of the ghost tide will also be even more generous. Yang Yu also smiled and said hello in the direction of these ghost elves who came as if they were going to the market. These ghost elves who come to the market at this time are all contributing to the ghost tide of the little dream demon. As for those ghost elves with bad intentions, the original return to super evolution, the evil power of the super scarlet Gyarados, those ghost elves are welcome to come and taste it. G. What did the ghost elves see? A human, actually showed a kind smile like an old father in their direction. Sigma, oh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh. Damn it, damn it. Hey, 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 don't run, come back here right now, please don't run, go and join the ghost tide gathering. The smile on Yang Yu's face froze. Isn't that okay if I'm wrong? Don't run, don't run. Everyone, stop for me, or I'm going to kill the big guy. Let's see who dares to run. Just. The dream monster felt great. Baidiao, Lotta, and the already injured Shavarang, under Avada's electric shock spell, directly defeated the three elves with one AoE attack. Dream Demon thought that his transformation time was coming soon, but this time, things are different. The surroundings are already surrounded by countless ghost-type elves. It's like a sea of ghosts. A faint sound echoed throughout the entire area. It's creepy. It's dark, don't walk around. Maybe you'll meet a ghost. The 8 people of Kaiser and their elves, in fear, fell into a real illusion created by the dream demon. This is not harming them. Just think of it as a ghostly prank. Under the leadership of the dream monster, the power of the ghost tide forms in the ghost sea. Heading towards the little dream monster at the center of the ghost tide, It provides a steady stream of ghost power originating from the ghost tide. The dream monster state is successfully maintained because of this ghost power fed back from the ghost tide. At this moment, the mini dragon, who was about to hide quietly and shivering at the edge, suddenly felt a dark wind blowing. Lenbuting shrank his neck. The mini dragon is so small, there is not enough food for so many ghosts. Don't eat the mini dragon, Nami. *U003E/U003C. Oh. However, this gust of wind was not blowing the mini dragon, but that piece of Mimikyu's rag. It's like an ancient call, a ghost's call. This is the sound of resurrection emanating from the ghost tide. The ghost tide is a gathering of ghosts and a group dance of ghosts. Just the dream demon's eyes fell with concern on the tattered Mimikyu rag that was floating alone on the ground in front of it. Do you also want to dance? Please vote. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Renhuo Chiangxiao. Chapter 727. Mimikyu didn't answer. This piece of Mimikyu rags, quietly lonely in the shocking light of death, still fell quietly on the somewhat lonely forest floor. Under the rags, there was nothing, no body, no soul. We are all ghosts floating in the forest, rippling in the dark night. Ghost elves have never been united elves, but no one understands the true meaning of death better than ghost elves. What is the world of ghosts like? It is rumored that ghost elves will be the guide spirits for human souls in the elf world. If a ghost elf is cultivated during his lifetime, if he is buried in the ground, the world will never forget him. Because ghosts remember everything. Ghosts die too. It's just that the death of a ghost is far more cruel than that of other elves. When they are completely forgotten by this world, they will disappear into this world. What is more terrible than death is being forgotten by the world. One of the reasons why ghost elves like to play tricks on human trainers and other elves is because they want the world to remember them, and let people remember that they were teased by a ghost, and let other elves remember that there is a hateful ghost. Play pranks on them. Maybe this is why these ghost elves enjoy it so much, right? This Mimikyu has not been forgotten. Because its piece of rag, as well as its former partner, still remembers this Mimikyu. Even a faint light of longing can bring some spiritual strength to Mimikyu. Even if it's very faint, even if it's just a little bit of light. Just where the dream demonic fairy stick was pointing, Mimikyu, a piece of rag that had lost its soul, slowly floated in mid-air. Ghost tide, a rare wave that did not cause chaos. Any ghost-type elf remained completely silent when seeing this piece of Mimikyu rag that had lost its soul. For ghost elves, facing such a scene, only silence, the silence of all silence, can express the true respect for life deep in the heart. Ghosts also have their own lives. Chola. The dream demon opened his small mouth slightly, and there was a faint melody, a sad voice, and a little bit, a faint expectation. In the quiet forest sea, countless ghost elves heard this sad voice, and their hearts trembled at the same time. The ghost tide was still going on, but this time the main theme of the ghost tide was no longer a ghost carnival. Gradually became sad. Is this a song of death? No, it's not. This is a elegy of the soul. What is an elegy? For ghosts, this is a farewell to the past and the beginning of a new life. As long as Mimikyu's rags are there, and as long as Mimikyu is not forgotten by this elf world, it can regroup the soul of the ghost system and gain a new life. Just a dark black ghostly light condensed on Mimikyu's rag from the dream demon's magic wand. God said, "Let there be light." This light is there. This light of darkness is the hope of ghost elves. However, this alone is still not enough. Mimikyu has no soul of its own, no light of soul, so it is just a rag after all, just a rag controlled by other forces. In the camp of the ghost tide, the dirge continued to sing. In the entire forest, the desolate and sad sound spread to all directions, spreading, affecting, getting bigger and bigger. Not far away, Yang Yu carefully watched the dream monster in the center of the ghost tide, and took a deep breath. Such singing made Yang Yu filled with emotions, and even felt. It sounds much better than singing by myself. As expected of a little dream demon, worthy of Yang Yu's little dream demon. Poppy boop boop. Tajapai held his hands in front of the eggshell, and his two twinkling eyes were full of emotion and expectation. That piece of Mimi Kurag, it will definitely stand up. Yeah. He wiped his eyes blankly. This is the first time Dede has heard the ghost soul elegy. Just. Elegy of the soul gradually, began to gain a trace of vitality. The rebirth after death is the rebirth of ghosts. The Mimikyu of the past is already a thing of the past, and the Mimiki of today, is welcoming a new world of its own. This is the hymn of ghosts, a hymn that calls and wants to call Mimikyu to wake up. Thousands of ghosts, in this place of heaven and earth, use the power of ghosts, the songs of ghosts, the light of ghosts, under the tide of ghosts, they condense the power of calling that is full of vitality, believe in the soul of Mimikyu. I'm not God, but I can gather that faint light. If there is no more torch of the soul in the world, then I will be the only light in the world. The fluctuations of the ghost tide, like the tide, dispersed farther and farther away. Those ghost elves who came in a hurry only to find that the ghost tide had already begun, heard this symphony of pathos and welcomed life. The ghostly tidal sound that turned into the symphony of destiny. These ghost elves all stopped in their tracks, facing the tide, and closed their eyes piously. This is the call of the soul, the touch of the soul, the soul's ode to joy. What on earth happened there? What is this sound? Why can't I help crying when I hear it? Whose funeral? Whose elegy? These ghost elves, how could this happen? The trainers who had already found the camp one by one summoned the flying elves to take off at night, looking at the direction of the distant sound from a distance, but there was still endless darkness in the forest, and no one knew is this darkness itself lightless, or blocked by countless ghost elves? Ghost tide. No elite trainer, even a gym-level trainer, would dare to approach deliberately without complete protection. In such an endless sea of forests, once the ghost elves are offended, it will be a nightmare-level disaster. At night, no one can have a good time. In the daytime in the forest, we were destined to experience a series of elven team battles. The trainers and elves were exhausted, and then they were frightened by ghost elves all night long. Do you want anyone left alive? But what is this ghost tide like? Why do these ghost elves sing this sad elegy, and why do they gradually seem to rise from the elegy into a ghost hymn? I don't know how many people have sleepless nights tonight. However, this is the endless sea of forests, where ghost tides occur. Compared with the sea of forests, it is only a small area, but for the trainers who discovered the ghost tides in this area, curiosity scratches their hearts like an itch. But who dares to go? At the thought of being tortured endlessly by the ghost elves in the forest, no one dared to move. They only dared to watch and watch from a distance. Let's go to that direction tomorrow and take a look. After the ghost tide, the ghost elves in the forest will become stronger. As long as you don't offend a large number of ghost elves, you can capture one or two of the ghost elves that are relatively easy to capture. It's also a good choice. Yes, I think so too. It's too dangerous at night. It's better to have a good sleep and have enough experience to face those possible competitors tomorrow. Almost all the trainers affected by the coverage have similar thoughts in their hearts, and even, some elite trainers who are quite close to the ghost tide have the idea of staying where they are tomorrow. Wait for nightfall to catch the ghost elves that come out at night. At this moment, Yang Yu, who was almost at the center of the ghost tide, finally understood what the little dream demon, oh no, it was the dream demon, was thinking. He just looked at it from a distance and it took him a long time to understand. The dream monster wants to use the incredible power of ghosts gathered by this ghost tide, to resurrect the dead of Mimiki. The little dream demon's transformation into a dream demon, has it lasted for a long time, Yang Yu was extremely shocked. The performance of the little dream demon has exceeded the success rules that Yang Yu set at the beginning. In the original training plan Yang Yu set for the little dream demon, defeating 2 elite level elves is enough. But this is. The ghost power of the ghost tide can maintain the black devil transformation time of the little dream monster. It is like a state, a field magic, like a water flow ring, which can continue to slowly restore physical strength. If a ghost like the ghost tide is formed, ring, can it also increase the duration of the little dream demon's black devil transformation? Yang Yu's thoughts began to spread at this time. The changes that have occurred in the ghost tide will allow the little dream demon to gain greater strength in the future. If it can perform such a move, the little dream demon's strength will be greatly improved. At this time, Reggie Locke stared blankly at the scene at the center of the ghost tide under his dull golden conch cap. Regirock's intellectual core had to admit that it had never seen such a scene. Thousands of ghosts, under the ghost tide, want to help a lost Mimikyu reunite the ghost soul and give it a new life. Even a god would be amazed by the magic of the elven world. Even, what the little dream demon and the dream demon, are doing at this time can be, called gods, although Reggie Locke's voice was very strange. It was very light, but Yang Yu could hear the strong praise from the patron saint, rock god pillar Reggie Locke from inside. Poppy. Tijapai's eyes grew more and more hopeful. Look forward to. A miracle is coming. There was a little more joy in the dream monster's calm and steady eyes. It seemed to see a little bit of hope. The fire of Mimikyu's soul has long been extinguished in the light of extinction under the exceptional characteristics, but at this moment, Mimikyu's extinguished soul, faintly began to show slight signs of recovery. Let the faith called by thousands of ghosts gather the power of the soul. Let the condensed soul power, light up Mimikyu's extinguished soul fire. The hope of recovery has appeared, so please add some fire to the light of recovery. Just. The passionate voice that broke out in the silence of the dream monster instantly stirred up a huge wave of ghost power in this ghost tide. Not only did the top-quality dark stone not become dim under the release of this extremely powerful power, but even under the power of thousands of ghosts, the color of darkness, became even deeper. The powerful power brought by the ghost tide gives feedback to the ghost power of the dream monster, giving this dark stone, the opportunity to release the ghost energy with all its strength. The dream demon raised the magic fairy stick high above his head, and the dark and strange light of darkness poured down from the top-quality dark stone at the moment the magic fairy stick was lifted. The dream demon controlled this majestic light of darkness and focused it on the rag of Mimikyu. The Mimikyu rag, trembled, and under the rag, vaguely, in the light of darkness, a dark fire that was not bright lit up slightly. The increasingly passionate soul elegy is sung in this ghost tide. As the ghost tide fluctuates more and more violently, the entire ceremony is about to reach its peak. This fragile dark fire, as this ghost tide reaches its peak of momentum, the flame becomes more and more obvious, and the light of darkness that lights up becomes brighter and brighter. This is the reborn soul of Mimikyu, a fragile soul fire. This soul fire is still sleeping during the rebirth process and may still be extinguished. At this extremely critical moment, the dream demon immediately closed his eyes. Dream. The dream monster in the venue entered into the sleeping soul of Mimikyu's rebirth. Here, there is still a confusion like chaos. To wake up, or to continue to sink. The dream monster saw the reborn Mimikyu wandering in confusion in the dream. If there is no dream in the heart, and there is a dream demon, then create a dream for Mimikyu who has not yet awakened. The magic fairy stick is the paintbrush used by the dream monster to create dreams. Do what you want to do, become what you want to be, even if you are a ghost, even if the ghost elves only emit light that represents darkness. But Because there is life, no matter how dark the light is, it can be transformed into colorful and colorful light. God said, "Let there be light." Then there was light. The dark fire that represents the soul of Mimikyu, at this moment, the blazing soul fire is instantly lit, and the flame is endless. The dream monster left Mimikyu's sleeping dreamland, his eyes were full of hope. Wake up, let the soul's elegy become the ghost's praise of life. Q. The moment Mimikyu's rag slowly stood up from the ground, all the ghost-type elves in the ghost tide instantly boiled violently. At the same time, a majestic ghost power spread violently from the center of the ghost tide in all directions, like a pour, and the entire area was instantly blown by a fierce ghost wind. Elegy of the Soul. Please vote. Please vote.